Hello, it's Nikki. Welcome back. I want to talk about agents today. I've had a lot of experience, good and bad, with agents over the years. And it's something that comes up a lot in my client sessions, in speaking engagements. I come into contact with actors a lot. And I still feel this agent conversation is a little bit mysterious. And so I wanted to give you some tangible results that you can journal on, that you can work through, that you can have a think about to help you to get to a decision that is right for you. And it's really difficult sometimes because people will say things such as, is this person a good agent? Or I heard this person is a good agent, so therefore maybe I should do that. Or we get kind of carried away with a name or I don't know, they're known in the industry in some kind of way. And what I want to do is to enable you to have that agency over your career, over your next steps. And so I'm going to give you a checklist. Here we go. This is part 1. I'll give you 5 things today and then 5 things in part 2. Number 1, why do you want an agent? And that is not a trick question. You might be like, to help me get on with my career, Nikki? Yes, then great. Absolutely great. But there have been times, not with my acting, because I think if you can get an agent as an actor, it's a great thing. And it's not a necessary thing, but if you can, I absolutely would. But I'm talking about other things. So now we have influencer agencies, we have speaker agencies, collaborations, all kinds of situations. And in some regard, I have felt that maybe I have needed one because it would look better. But actually, for a couple of those circumstances, I didn't, because I ended up doing lots of the work myself and paying somebody else a commission. So I think when you're entering into any kind of relationship, I want you to do the questioning around it of like, why do I want this? Is this the right thing? Or am I just doing it because I think that I should, or that's what people do? And just really come from that place of knowing, that place of integrity. Number 2, I want you to Google them. But I don't just want you to Google their name and be like, yeah, they work for so-and-so. I want you to use that Google space bar thing at the top big time. I want you to go in the image section, in the review section, in the video section. I want you to type their name into a podcast. I want you to basically get as much information about them as a person as you possibly can, and really do their research. So this is not just about their career CV. This is about who they are as a person. How do they have conversations with people? How do they talk about the industry that you're in? How do they treat people in a Q&A situation? Again, all of these things may be very telling, but I want you to pay attention to it all, because we're really looking for healthy, positive relationships here, where there is reciprocity, where there is a sense that you're both working towards the same goal. And I know that many people can turn things on for a meeting and only reveal the sides of themselves that they want to. However, maybe I've been in the industry for too long, but there's always lots of other elements to people. Not always bad, sometimes fantastic, like, I didn't know they did this, or they were on the board for such and so, or they were a private mentor, or whatever it might be. But equally, there might be some grub out there on people too. Number 3, I want you to think about how you feel in conversation with them. And this will help you to really focus on what this day-to-day life of working with this person is going to be. Because again, there was always this thing, bear in mind, when I was at drama school, this was before the internet really. I think I had an email address, but it had a lot of digits in. It wasn't the kind of professional nature that we are now. And so you used to hear about people like, they've worked at the BBC, or there used to be this casting director who lots of people feared, and they always used to say, oh, don't get on the wrong side of her. But actually, when I was in the conversation, I always got on really well with her. I understood her. I understood what I needed to do, and she had big expectations for her actors that were coming in. And so if you could meet those, then great. That's what she wanted you to do. I'm sure there were many people who were like, oh yeah, I was going to learn the script, but I decided not to in the end. She had no time for those people, because as far as she was concerned, they hadn't done the job that they needed to do. But what I'm talking about here is that conversation, how they make you feel. Can you be yourself? Do you feel like you have to put on a front? Can you say what you mean? And I'm not saying it in that big brother way of like, I just want to show everybody the real me and like share everything in my life, because again, that might not be appropriate either. We're looking for a professional relationship in the first instance. But can you feel that flow? And certainly if you're getting the fear about phoning somebody or contacting somebody, then that person is probably not for you. You would never want to fear phoning a friend or phoning a member of your family. An agent, it's the same. It's quite an intimate relationship as well, in terms of money, in terms of confidentiality, in terms of working together on a regular basis. You want to make sure that you feel good in that conversation. Next, email. How do they communicate? Do they help you? Do they support you? Do they give you what they need? Because remember, what they do with you is likely to be a representation of how they are in other situations. So if you are looking for somebody to represent you, you have to take a step back and look at how they do business, essentially. So for example, if they are always late for you, or if they cut you off, or they don't value your time, or they're really short with you on email, yes, that could be individual to you. But if it is, why is it that way? And so I want you to spend some time really noticing if that flow is going, because sometimes, I've got my other phone here, sometimes I just need to go back to my agent at 5 to 6 saying, yeah, all fine, no problem, got the email, confirming. Like, it's as simple as that. But we have that understanding between us of what is required. Have I done all of them? One sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have. That is the end of part 1. I will see you in part 2.